Now, U.S. allies have given a cautious welcome to President Donald Trump's announcement of a second summit meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un to be held in Vietnam later this month. Trump's announcement came during his State of the Union address Tuesday and was one of the few highlights in a speech widely viewed around the world as light on foreign policy. Henry Ridgwell has more global reaction.
Donald Trump announced he will meet North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in Vietnam later this month, the latest milestone in what the president claims is a foreign policy success.
Nuclear testing has stopped, and there has not been a missile launch in more than 15 months.
Trump went on to say America would likely be at war with North Korea if he had not been elected president in 2016. But his claims of success in negotiations with Pyongyang are disputed.
There's still evidence that they are committed to their nuclear program.
While South Korea welcomed the summit announcement,
we hope that the two leaders take more pacific and practical actions in Vietnam.
Seoul appears to be taking a cautious approach.
I would imagine that there are many people in South Korea who are concerned at this point that perhaps Donald Trump might continue that withdrawal process and talk about bringing American troops home from the Korean Peninsula in exchange for any nuclear agreement.
On Afghanistan, President Trump repeated his pledge to bring American troops home and pursue peace talks with the Taliban.
Great nations do not fight endless wars.
He also declared victory over Islamic State in Syria.
Today we have liberated virtually all of the territory from the grip of these bloodthirsty monsters.
But the prospect of American withdrawal is worrying US allies, according to some analysts.
As to whether you can really rely on the Taliban to deliver on any peace settlement that might be agreed. Certainly a lot of concern by women in Afghanistan of what that would mean. And again, he's, same line that he's going to pull America's troops out of Syria, and there's very grave concern there about what the implications of that will be for stability in Syria, for ISIS, the threat from ISIS, whether that will grow.
Trump criticized Moscow's purported violation of a Cold War-era missile treaty from which the United States and Russia have pulled out recently. He warned if there is no new agreement, the United States would outspend and out-innovate all others.
It's notable that he was very critical of European leaders, NATO allies, claiming that they've had to be dragged kicking and screaming to pay their share of the defense expenditure, for example, and yet spoke quite warmly of people like President Xi, for example, from China.
With little new in terms of US foreign policy, the impression from afar is that the State of the Union address was aimed at addressing the president's challenges at home. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.